Because it's dark, I think, either way.
I think we have more white behind us.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and just move.
Okay.
Y'all bear with us as we adjust.
It's a little better.
Let's just see.
Yeah. What's up, friends? Hey, hey, hey.
Passing my phone.
Y'all, happy Friday evening. Happy Sabbath for some. Happy Friday evening for others. Let's see, I'm trying to do both at the same time so we can save
We're done.
just wherever we are because we outside.
You want to go inside?
Okay, let's go inside.
We're going to have to. I mean,
Yeah,
people can't see us.
I know. Look, this we giving a spoiler away just because we keep moving.
Okay, we're going to stay right here.
No. Come on, we're gonna go
Go
inside
inside.
so y'all can see us. Oh, come on, friends. Come on, friends. Come on, friends.
We can't be long.
Huh?
No.
We can't be what?
No.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Come on in. Come on in. Oh, now we got to turn all the lights back on. What's up, y'all?
Right here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Hey, there's some lights.
All right, that's better.
That's much better.
We just going to have to do it like this.
Yep.
Uh,
What's up, everybody? I don't know if y'all see the title. I didn't put a title on Instagram, but that's okay. I think people are getting the picture.
y'all,
Looks like a new house, doesn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let me tell y'all something.
There we go.
What's
What's up, family?
If you know his name, say it.
Say it 7 times. Jesus, 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 Jesus.
I'm a dance all night.
Oh my goodness.
So there is an echo.
It is because it's
new.
flooring.
Yeah.
The flooring. We didn't do carpet.
Listen, let's just begin. Let's just get in there.
Yeah, just get in there.
I don't know how you want to start at the beginning and how we got here, or do you want to start at the end and work out with? All right, y'all. Let's just start it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll let people in a second. We gotta give y'all the story first, and then we'll let y'all in. There's people on Instagram too.
So we were supposed to close on
the 9th.
On the 9th,
which is
Wednesday. Before we got started, I told Kwani, I said, the devil's gonna have another attack on us.
Yeah.
I told her that.
Yeah.
We woke up at 4:00 in the morning to get paperwork in to our broker.
Yep.
We had already sent this paper.
Yeah.
The exact same paperwork they were asking for, we had already sent.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, we go to the walkthrough. Walkthrough was at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
The broker was like, listen, if y'all can get the signing done in the afternoon, we should be okay.
Right.
So he's like, when y'all are finished with the walkthrough, call to see if they have a late appointment. Before we even did that, the late appointment was done.
Yeah, somebody did it. I don't know who scheduled it.
I think Dallas.
He must have.
Yeah. So our broker got it settled, right, for 3. So we started doing everything in faith. We went and got lunch for the kids. The kids were with us.
Mm-hmm.
We went and got lunch. We went to Target. Went to BJ's. Kwani gets a call at 1:00. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me what the call was.
So I get a call that says, hey, y'all, we have the clear to close, right? So we have to get all this paperwork in. And so we're waiting for all this stuff to just go through, and we got the clear to close. So we're like, bless God, right? We walking in faith.
But there's a problem.
Yeah. So got the clear to close, but we still don't have the closing documents. We still don't have the closing disclosures. So he's like, just give me. I'm working hard. I'm working hard. I'm trying to get this in. The closing is at 3. This is what 12:30, 1 o'clock. So he's got
And they're in California.
right.
So they're in California. We're 3 hours ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So our 12:30 for us was like 9 for them.
Mm-hmm.
So they had time, but they were against the clock because they had to get everything done.
Right, because
They had to.
the banks, right? So you got to wire the money. The loan officers have to get everything together so they can wire the money.
Straight.
Okay, well,
All right.
that's fine. So we are, we went we went to Target because we were like, we still had some stuff that we needed to get on faith now.
So while we were in Target,
we prayed.
We prayed.
Mm-hmm.
We prayed right there. As soon as we finished praying, he said, guys, guess what? We got to clear to document, which meant
the documents were ready
to be sent.
Right.
So there was supposed to be a 24-hour period wait. He's like, yeah, we got this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, cool. So me and Kwani were like, you know what? Let's just go ahead, keep walking in faith.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the attorney's office for the closing.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there. It's 3 o'clock. Me and Kwani walk in at 2:55, 3 o'clock. Sign in.
Now, at this moment, we still don't have any documents.
And we don't know if they have come or any. We don't know anything.
We have no idea, y'all.
So then the lawyers were like, yo, can y'all get in touch with your broker or somebody? Because we're calling and nobody has sent us anything. That's why we haven't started. Now it's 3:30.
Yes.
So we waited 30 minutes. We were waiting. And then they said, all right, paperwork is starting to come through.
We got a phone call before that that says you got the clear to documents, but the system won't release them for 48 hours.
So another hiccup came. So 48-hour hiccup came up again. That's right.
So we were devastated at that point because we were like, we have to close today.
Oh, y'all didn't know that the contract that we signed, the last one, said if we didn't close, the contract would be
on the
terminated.
9th, yes.
Like everything would be terminated. Like
yes. And done. All parties would be released of all liability.
So me and Kwame like, we gotta sign.
Right.
We gotta sign.
Or we gotta close.
We gotta close.
Right.
We gotta close. So then our realtor was with us.
Yep, she came.
We were there to 7:30, and the only thing they had done was balance the sheets.
Which was good because that was the beginning of the signing, right, for closing. So we were like, all right, cool. We've been here, almost 4 hours, going on 5, so we're going to get this done tonight.
But the problem was our lender wanted to close the next day because we had a type of loan that had to sign and fund the same day. So because they were in California, they couldn't send the money because the banks had closed.
On the East Coast, where we were, they could not wire the money.
Let me tell y'all how the devil was beating us up yesterday.
It was bad.
The devil, somebody from the builder sent an email while we were at the lawyer's office, says the lawyers have extended their hours past 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
If the signing starts at 5:15, you may proceed. If not, this will be terminated.
Mm-hmm.
They sent the email at 5:20, telling us
that something needed to be done by 5:15.
When the contract had nothing other than
there was no time, right? By the end of day, and so that's subjective, right? Some people say the end of day is 5 o'clock, but I'm like, for us, the end of day is going to be midnight because I'm not leaving here till we sign these papers. Because we knew what we were up against. We knew that we had to close that day or else they were going to terminate our contract. Now, here's the other issue. The other issue is that we are sitting here waiting. But for some reason, there was a horrible, I don't know if it was, well, I know it was clearly spiritual warfare. But people kept saying, hey, we're sending docs. And the lawyers are like, we're not getting them. Then they're like, well, we're calling your office. They're
Nobody's
like,
picking up.
nobody's picking up. And they're
And they're
like,
like,
well,
nobody,
the phone hasn't rung. No
Y'all,
voicemails. Like, it was wild.
crazy.
It was wild.
I was walking up, and they had a little sidewalk. I was walking up and down the street.
Donnie was walking that
and
paved
praying,
walk.
and praying,
Yep.
and praying.
And
So
every time he came back, it was like, we're moving a
something
little
changed.
closer.
Something
Yep.
changed.
Yep.
And then it came to a complete halt. But
Yeah.
before we get there, I sent some text messages out for people, and I even posted on Facebook, hey, y'all, pray for me and say, release it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because that's what we were holding. The papers were being held. But
Yeah.
then, this is a bold thing. I don't know if he wants me to say his name or not.
Don't say nobody's name. We're not saying anybody's name.
Okay. I called a friend, or I sent a text message to this friend. He called me back. He said, what's going on? I said, yo, we having a hard time trying to get this signing done, and we got to sign today. This dude prayed the boldest prayer I have ever heard pray. This dude said, all right, let's go. He said, God, this is your name on the line.
That's right.
This is your character on the line.
That's right.
He said, if this is going to happen, it's going to be because of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to show us who you are, because this is your reputation.
The signing and the funding have to have the same date.
Yeah.
And like, we don't have the capacity to close this tonight.
So then the attorneys were like, what does that mean?
Nobody knew what that meant.
So they were thinking, oh, well, this is not even ready. This is not ready. So
the attorneys are like, this is whack. You know, people are trying to make up stuff that's not true. And we're like, we have him. Like, we literally had people on the phone. We were texting. It was just, it was so messy. It was crazy.
Kwani broke down one time.
I did.
I broke down.
Yeah.
I was in a corner going back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, it was so intense. Our realtor prayed with us.
Right.
So we were like, okay. So they left. Everybody leaves.
Everybody left.
It's like 7:30. Me and Kwani get in the car. The hardest thing I ever had to do was tell my kids that we weren't getting the house.
Yeah.
Literally, we said it. They're like, "Oh, we through signing?"
Mm-hmm.
We were like, "You're not getting the house."
I was crying before I even got to the car.
Quentin broke down. Logan broke down.
Everybody broke down.
Dylan and Logan.
Oh, it says Facebook was in. If you can see, it's on Facebook. So it looks like it says it's. Okay.
So the babies are crying.
Yes, the babies were bawling. Oh my gosh.
So then we get home. It's like 9 o'clock. We're eating, and I look at them guys. I said, guys, I am so sorry. I said, I am so sorry that I cannot see you all riding the bikes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we started crying. They started crying. And I said, God, hear our prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, we know it's terminated, but nothing official came through.
Right. That was the crazy part.
Nothing official that came through.
I think that's what I was so nervous about.
Yeah.
Like,
I was sitting there looking at the
I was
email,
waiting for the termination to come through in the email.
All right, let's go to the next day. We go to sleep, wake up, 11:08.
Yep, 11:08.
We get an email. Please provide your address so that we can send your monies back as your contract has been terminated.
Yeah.
And our broker I said, okay. Then our realtor sends an email, but at 11:08 they sent the official termination papers.
Mm-hmm.
Like the email said,
it had the PDF
it
with
had
the termination
everything
letter.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was done.
Mm-hmm.
We get there, we get the thing, and we like, okay, here's our address. Here's the, Kwani told them we'll get you the address for the person who helped with the money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, somebody helped with all of what we needed.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Minus $911.10.
Oh, the signal is acting up. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all. If you're on Facebook and the signal is acting up, we are also live on Instagram. Oh no, that's not right. I am posting my Instagram handle. If you can see this and Facebook is still acting up, come over to Instagram. We're gonna leave it here, but just in case, come over to Instagram. Okay.
So 11:08 terminate, like it's done.
Yeah.
It is dead.
Yeah.
It is over.
Yes.
Our realtor sent an email, heartfelt email.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, the people have been telling everyone we don't want to work with them. They're rude.
Mm-hmm.
They're ugly. They're nasty. Everything.
Yep.
So we were like, communicate with. So
Mm-hmm.
our realtor was like, she said, if you all could have been there
Mm-hmm.
last night
Mm-hmm.
watching, if there's 1 ounce of
Decency.
you, please let them close.
And then what else did she say?
She said, I will.
Yep.
We then get a call from our broker. He says,
now mind you, in between all of this, we're canceling stuff. Because
Quantum Council Insurance, I changed everything.
We canceled the internet. We
everything's canceled.
Changed our address back. Like we canceled everything.
So it's some funny stuff that this hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
That you're gonna be like, oh God, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's keep going. So we get there, and it's like 11 noon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a meeting. I told my boss, I was like, I gotta go home. I can't. So I go home.
Mm-hmm.
I eat something. Kwani said the broker was like, I'm gonna give one last ditch.
He sure did. He was like, everybody usually is like, all right, we give it up, we're done. I'm usually the last person standing, so I'm gonna try this one last time. Okay.
So
and I was like, all right, do what you want to do. At this point, we're like, this is our closed door, right?
So here, Kwani heard the door shut. She was on the phone with the broker, and the broker got a call from the builder, one of the people from the builder.
Yep.
And they said what?
She said, absolutely not. It's over. We have tried our best.
For the past 2 months.
For the past 2 months. She said they gave us 2 months to get this deal closed, and we couldn't do it. So therefore, it's over. We really feel bad for the Ards. We're so sorry for them.
That's like around 12:30, almost 1 o'clock.
So it was a hot mess.
So I give Kwani a call, say, "Hey, I have a meeting at 2:30. I can't do it. I'm beat. I'm hungry. I'm tired. So I get the food. I come home. I take a nap.
Yep.
At 3:28, I get a text message from another friend. It's the second time that someone sent something powerful.
Yep.
He sends us a prayer, and at the end of the prayer, he says, I also am calling Jesus out. pretty much to say he is not going to let this moment stifle our children's faith.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's going to make this work just because they believe, and he doesn't want this moment to stifle their faith.
Yeah.
I showed Kwani the message.
I read the message, y'all.
As soon as she saw the message, the
phone rings.
And the dude's like, we're going to have to come up with our own happy dance. And we're like,
what? What kind of happy dance we got to come up with, right?
He said this is now, it's now 3:29. He's like,
it was 3:20 because we only had a couple minutes to call the lady.
Right. He's like, I thought y'all would be by on your way to the
attorney's office.
And we're like, what are you talking about?
Why would we go to the attorney's office?
He's bawling, laughing, and ecstatic. He's like, yo,
y'all closing
today. And we're like, what?
So Donnie jumps up, y'all.
And I scream out.
He is screaming.
Screaming out twice.
Yeah.
I said, okay, you serious? He's like, yes. He said they were supposed to call you 20 minutes ago.
Exactly.
He said they want to know if y'all can be there for 4. It is now 3:30.
Yes.
It's an hour away for us to get to the closing office.
Yes.
So we're like, you gotta be kidding.
So we're like, what?
So
Donnie's telling the kids, go get your shoes on.
Said,
put your shoes on. Get in the car.
Get in the car. Let's go. Kwani gets on the phone with the attorney. She says, I'm sorry, it's late notice. Can y'all be here at 4? Kwani said it's gonna take us an hour. We get there at 4:30.
Logan's hair ain't done
at all.
I was not dressed.
She's like, she had her doubts. And she walks in, she was like, I'm just gonna be honest. Just don't, there's still some stuff missing. But we're gonna go ahead and get started because
my wire, she's like, I can only receive wires to 5:30.
And we started signing
at 4:30.
We got there at 4:30.
Right.
And we started signing at 4:40. She's like, well, got a lot of paper to sign. And she's like, my biggest worry is the funding's not gonna come in and we're not gonna know what to do.
Right.
So, all right. So she says, okay, Donnie, you're signing everything. And she said, you're gonna sign Donnie DR. I said, can I sign my original signature? She looks at my license and she says, yes. My signature is I signed at least 100 pieces of paper.
Yeah. His hands are shaking, y'all. His hands are shaking.
So I'm signing. She said, all right, we're good. She goes and she tells us how much we're supposed to pay. We pay her. Said,
and I'm looking crazy because I'm like, me and God already had a conversation about this closing table and how we weren't supposed to be bringing money to the closing table. And so, sidebar, the fact that we ended up having to pay something, I was looking crazy like, what? Donnie's like, don't worry about that. Yeah. Don't worry about that. We hear his closing table, give them whatever they want, and we'll deal with it later.
Yeah. So we get that taken care of. She goes, she said, all right, I'm going to scan this to them. And she said, we'll see what happens. So she comes back. She says, we'll see. Right. And so we start having small conversations. So she's starting to see who we are. She goes back and she said, okay, well, funding just came through.
Right. We like, lady, you should have led with that.
It was like 5:45. She said, funding has come through. Yep. She's like, that was the biggest thing. I said, okay. She's like, now we're just confirming some stuff.
I was holding my breath because 5:30 had come and gone, and we did not know if the funding was there.
So we go through the funding. I was like, okay, funding's good. The girl from the other company leaves the keys.
Yep.
And she said, okay, we're done. And she left. She said, I'll.
Right, which was a problem the night before, right?
This time they're reviewing. She keeps coming back with one thing at a time. She's like, well, at least they're reviewing it.
That's right, because now everybody's still at the office because they are in California.
So then, Kwani gets a call from our realtor, y'all.
Because we had finished the signing. So she said, so just to recap here, our realtor, since everything was happening so fast, she could not join us for the closing. But she said, make sure you call me as soon as you finish. So once we had done all the paperwork, I gave her a call.
Gives her a call, and Kwani tells me, Kwani's on the phone, and this is what she does. She's like, hey, and she does this. And I was like, what?
And I'm still listening, but I cannot believe what she is telling me.
I was like, what? Because I'm already anxious. I'm like, okay, we almost there. We're almost there. I'm like, what? And I'm thinking that Kwani's got, y'all. So we already told y'all there was a termination paper.
Mm-hmm. At 11 o'clock that morning.
At least 11:08.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, these people, this is how dead this was.
Dead.
It needed to be this dead.
It did.
For God to show us. These people had put our house on the market.
Yes.
Active listening for $120,000 more than what we were being asked to pay for.
Yeah.
So
y'all see where we're going.
Termination papers official.
Mm-hmm.
The house is listed
on the market.
Mm-hmm. This is what she told us had happened
earlier
in the day.
And she was like, I didn't want to tell you guys because I didn't want to make y'all feel any worse than y'all are already feeling. But now that you signing and about to get them keys.
Y'all, we were on the way to the house, to the signing, and they were like, so-and-so said it's okay for y'all to sign. Mm-hmm. We were like, no. God said it's okay for us to sign.
That's right.
Y'all.
That's right.
We signed and got clearance at like 7:30.
Yep.
Last night.
Yep.
And we are in our home.
I just want you to know
God has given us.
When that woman came around the corner with them keys,
jiggling them keys,
it was like a tambourine. Hey, listen, it was like a tambourine.
I jumped up in the air. I felt like I jumped to the ceiling. I probably only got 2 feet.
Donnie did a whole Pursuit of Happiness, clap and cry. You know that scene with Will Smith?
It was such an amazing moment. We signed, and our kids were like,
those same tears from the night before.
We were so
turned into tears of joy.
Happy.
Yeah.
Y'all, now let's break all this down. This thing was dead.
Yeah, it was. I hope you got your Kleenexes, y'all.
It was easier for God to resurrect the death of this home for us than it was for us to just believe a little bit.
Yeah.
Y'all, we proclaimed that this was our house, and to see it come to fruition through prayer of the saints.
Yeah. Y'all have prayed. Y'all have prayed us through. Have prayed us through. This house is just as big yours as it is ours. I mean to tell you. Yeah.
This is the toughest thing I ever had to deal with.
Yeah.
Moving my family from comfort.
Yeah.
We were comfortable. Up and go.
Yeah.
Y'all, to be able to drive up here this morning and walk around, Our first payment not due till April.
Listen, y'all, we gotta recover. You hear
Got a
me?
month and a half.
We gotta recover. We done paid for 500 different appraisals, inspections. We need to recover. We need that month, okay?
Y'all, it was, and then to let some people knew yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The friend that called us and prayed that bold prayer, saying,
Yeah.
God, this is your character, this is your name.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to tell him what happened, and he was like, yo, I needed that.
He literally told us that us calling him to tell him that God had answered his prayers for us
helped him with what he's going through.
helped him.
Yo, we're not being boastful. We're not being. It's not materialistic.
It's not.
It is really just God said, I got you. If you move like I told you to,
Mm-hmm.
he listen, Deuteronomy, these blessings will fall down and overtake you.
Because you've obeyed, yeah. And then the other, we thought that it was done and over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
We were sad. We were broken.
Oh, so
we
broken.
were hurt.
It was
and we talked about this before, right? We talked about the fact that sometimes God doesn't answer our prayers the way we want him to.
And we were putting a time on him.
We were.
We put.
Okay, well, we kind of didn't, but other people did.
Well, I put a time on the situation to say, if it doesn't happen by the night, it's done.
That's true.
So
that's true.
What more? What
we
more
had decided that? Yeah.
What more? It's like, okay, that's the door shutting.
Yeah.
But y'all, 2 weeks prior, I proclaimed that this was our house.
That's right. And then back in December, when they tried to cancel our contract the first time, I said the same thing. This is our house.
Y'all, those scriptures, the victory, everything we posted, it was such a beautiful thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so good to it feels so good to know God remains true.
Because except my IG followers. Uncle Ted, that's not me, because my account is public, so you should be able to follow me without me accepting a request. The thing is, we talked about doubt and fear and faith, and realistically speaking, right, as Christians, we feel like we have to struggle through our faith journey. We feel like if we have doubt or if we have fear, that it somehow makes us less than the perfect Christian, or God is not pleased with us because we are absolutely terrified by our circumstances. But that's not true. Yeah, please don't follow the scammer account. Please don't.
Yeah.
It's Kwani Boo with 2 O's. That's it. But what we've realized is God doesn't stop loving us because we're afraid or because we have moments of doubt.
And he's not going to say, because you doubted me, I'm not going to do what you said. So I was going to move.
Mm-hmm.
But Kwani said this the other day, when he were on the boat, when the sea stormed and the disciples they were going to go to the other side, the story says, let's go to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't tell them that the storm is about to brew. But at the end of it, they got to the other side.
That's it.
So if God told you that something's about to happen, no matter what happens during that process, you got to remember, go back to what he told you. Somebody sent this to us on Facebook. Don't let what we see forget about what God told us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And y'all, we know that it is just...
Y'all, we can't make up the fact that this thing was dead.
And listen, y'all know the story of Lazarus. We all know the story of Lazarus.
Raised him up. It was
Jesus intentionally,
allowed that to happen.
he intentionally allowed Lazarus' death because we already know that Jesus is life. And where Jesus is, there is life. Death cannot exist in Jesus' presence. So Jesus had to pause his journey so that Lazarus could die.
And let me say this. I want to be clear. I really want the house. Today, we're praying for a position in what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
God blessed us with a house. Thank you, Jesus. But there's more for us to do other than be living here. There are things for us to do here. God said, I'm going to bless you because you obeyed, which is a house. But there is something bigger than this house.
Yeah.
This is way bigger.
Yeah.
We want everybody to understand that if you're going through something, trust God. Faith.
Yeah.
This journey, one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Moving.
Yeah.
Leaving money. Going somewhere to that's brand new. Going into a position that's new. Homeschooling our children during a pandemic. Moving our children out of what was comfortable from them.
Yeah.
Their friends.
Yeah.
And saying, you all about to walk with us on this journey of faith. It's bigger than this house. So I want everybody to please understand, we're not on here boasting that we got a house. That's not how we got the house.
Yeah.
Is what we want y'all to understand.
Yeah.
Which means, if he did it for us, he'll do it for you, no matter what. It's not about the house.
So if you are somewhere waiting.
Yes.
If you are somewhere waiting. I'm going to say it again. If you are waiting for something, if you are waiting for God to do something in your life, please take a chapter out of our book and know that the wait is going to be worth it.
Oh, y'all, we had so many friends sending us timely. This week, they sent us a song. It says, this week a miracle is gonna happen. Y'all, I was expecting it to happen on Wednesday. God said, I didn't tell you when.
Yeah.
Other than
this week.
So it was true. And how befitting is it for us to be in this home on the Sabbath, resting in his word and understanding that everything he had given us, the promises, the messages have come to fruition.
Yeah.
We had Gideon moments. We had Job moments. We had Abraham moments. We had Moses. We had David.
Then we finished up with Lazarus. Y'all, listen, I just want to tell you something. I don't know if any of you have experienced the loss of a loved one or the death of a dream or the death of something you expected to happen that did not happen. I don't know if there's anybody else out there who's experienced that. But to have had experience, have gone through this loss, came back all over again. And y'all saw my post. I was legit telling y'all the truth when I said that Wednesday was one of the worst days of my life outside of losing my mother. Because that feeling when something you have prayed for and you've tried to come into alignment with God's will on, when you have worked through your salvation with fear and trembling on something, and you feel like it's all taken away from you, that thing hurts.
It was
It
tough.
hurts.
And here's another. I'm sorry. Here's another thing that hurt. The people that initially started working with us, professing His name, and then acting like they didn't know who we were, and then when it finished, professed His name again. That was hurtful.
Yeah.
Someone literally praised us, and when we saw and met them.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, of the email, and I pray that there is blessings upon you, spiritual wealth, health, everything. And then said, won't He do it?
Yeah, if the Facebook feed is going out, y'all come hop on the Instagram. If the Facebook feed is going in and out, hop on the Instagram.
Y'all,
but listen,
be careful. You gotta pray. You gotta pray. Pray.
It's true. It's true because everybody out there claiming, ain't it. Listen,
pray.
But going back to what I was saying about the loss, when something like that happens to you and you've already experienced something so tragic and so painful, it triggers that loss again.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was numb. I was completely numb because I could not believe that the God I'm in relationship with, I just couldn't reconcile how we could get all the way to this point and that thing be gone, be completely taken away.
We wanted to make sure that this wasn't something we were forcing. We wanted to make sure that this was being led by God. And from day one, even when it looked like this was like, why are we doing this? Why are they saying that? We literally, our agent, being God bless us, she too was like, no, don't, this is not. They want with them. What they were doing was wrong. And listen, our faith has changed several people who may not have had a faith concern or whatever. It changed a lot of people's attitude through this whole process, believers and non-believers. But let me tell y'all, it's the greatest. It's the greatest. It feels so good.
But I just want to, I cannot leave without us talking about, without bringing this thing full circle, okay? Because this is why we are here. This is why God allowed us to have this experience, was because when we talk about blessings and we talk about how we want God to bless us, bless us with the good, Lord, bless us with all the blessings of heaven and all these things. But we don't want God to bless us and trust us with the hard things. So it was a blessing to have this experience. It was an honor to walk through this, to show everyone who's watching, who's listening, who may have ever seen a post or a video. It is our pleasure to show y'all what it looks like to trust God through some hard times.
We forgot one more person, Daniel. Somebody sent us from the first day we prayed a prayer about this. He heard it. Y'all, if you're weary and you don't think God hears you, go read Daniel, is it chapter 10?
Yes.
Go read Daniel 10.
Yes.
And you all are going to understand that we had so many moments before we prayed, it was already done. Y'all, everything turned around every single time. From December 4th on, everything turned around in a 24-hour period or less.
Yeah.
A no came, less than 24 hours. God said, I didn't say that. Keep moving.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. That dude, and that's one bad brother. That's sister, that's one bad bean.
Uncle Ted said, set up that housewarming registry ASAP. Okay, Uncle Ted, we got it. It's coming. It's coming. And we know that you guys are just, y'all have been so supportive and y'all have been so kind.
The prayers of the saints availeth much.
And we'll get a little something together. We'll get a little something together and I'll share it. But what I want y'all to understand about something being resurrected is it is completely outside of our control. Death and life are outside of our control. And we felt that during this process. We felt, I don't want to speak for Donnie, but I felt completely out of control in this process. Other people got to choose and if this is our promise in our house, how come it can't look like how I want? When Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, everybody had already seen him heal people.
He was healing everybody.
Everybody had already seen him multiply fish and loaves, okay? Everybody had already seen him casting out devils and making blind people see. But what they had not seen him do was resurrect somebody from the dead. Lazarus. And I cannot imagine that God didn't know that we needed this experience because we've seen him put checks in the mail when we needed it. We've seen him heal our children, heal our loved ones. But what we had not seen him do was resurrect a dead situation. And I'm speaking for myself now.
No, seriously.
I had not seen God resurrect a dead situation in my life yet.
Y'all.
And then this happened.
The house was on the market. And we had termination papers.
And somebody needs to know. Somebody needs to hear this testimony because they are going through something that feels dead. It might be the death of a relationship. It might be the death of a family member, or like I said, your dreams on life support. Like, y'all, somebody's going. This experience is not just for us.
It's not.
And somebody needs to know that God is still in the resurrection business.
That's why the devil didn't want this to go through.
Somebody needs to know. There's somebody out there who is waiting for God to make them a mama. There's somebody out there that's waiting for God to bring a significant other to their life, or help them birth their dreams that have been lying dormant in their hearts for years. Somebody needs to know that God is still in the resurrection business. There is nothing that God can't bring back from the dead. There is nothing that God can't breathe life back into. And we are living testimonies. This house, what we have walked through, this is God's power on display. This is God's glory on display. Y'all, we are not here to play games with take us out. But God, that God loves me so much, he would allow this situation to die in front of me. We love y'all. We love y'all so much. And I am so glad that God chose us.
It's an honor.
It is. And some of y'all out there are being chosen right now. Some of y'all out there being chosen too. But listen, do not allow the doubt and the fear to make you feel
Unworthy.
unloved. Right.
Unworthy. Don't make it feel like it has made you less of a person that believed.
God is still holding you. God is still.
We're being honest. We had doubt. I had doubt. I was sitting at work and my boss like, "You okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
I didn't say yes. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
I said no. I'm not.
Yeah. Because it hurt, y'all.
It hurt.
It
oh
hurt.
my gosh, it hurt.
But you know what? Just like them 3 Hebrew boys said, we in this fire and we believe that God can deliver us. But if he chooses not to,
we still good.
We still gonna trust him. We ain't gonna bow to that.
Yeah.
We know who we serve. We know who we belong to. Oh, yep. They I don't know if they sleep. They probably listen to us talking. Yeah. But yeah, they are upstairs in their new rooms.
Y'all.
Come on, Jesus. They are upstairs in their rooms.
Well, we don't want to keep you all too much longer. It's already been 51 minutes and 25 seconds. But y'all, we are in the home that God promised us.
We are.
And it's been a blessing. And here's the thing. We know this is not going to be the end.
This chapter
is the
closed.
End of this chapter.
This chapter is closed.
And we're going to make sure that we stay vocal about everything that's going on. Either because there's so many more things to uncover.
Yeah, and y'all, we really have not gone like into depth about this story. We tried to give y'all like the quick version because we could be on here all night.
So,
but
we're gonna we still have so much more to do, to say, to discover, to go through.
Yeah.
Heartache and pain is coming. We know it. But what we do know at the end of that heartache and pain is triumph and victory.
Yeah, always.
So he's getting the glory. Show him the keys, babe.
Oh, yes.
Show him.
So you better shout right now.
All right. Yo, so here's the crazy thing. I'll say this. So God was telling us, don't fret.
Mm-hmm.
Kwani was trying to get some mail from the mailman because we were having some issues and we thought, okay, we're going to need to get our mail.
Mm-hmm.
Kwani kept seeing the mail person prior to this all the time at the same time.
All the time. Same time, every time.
Then the week of, she couldn't get the mailman.
Could not find him.
Y'all, today the mailman came at the same time he was supposed to come.
The mailman showed up today, y'all. He showed up today, y'all.
At the same time he normally comes.
But listen,
God is so funny.
Listen, I just want y'all to know these keys have a deeper meaning, right? We know that these keys are for this home, but I have a friend that I talk to on a regular basis, and she reminded me yesterday that keys mean access. And y'all, God gave us the keys to this house, but let's be clear that God is also giving us access to something else. So we, like Donnie said, we will keep sharing, we will keep praising, we will keep being transparent and honest, because I just wish that I had had this years ago.
Y'all been following us since what?
Since January, maybe January or February of 2000.
March.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we didn't really say anything
Until after
March,
you got fired.
until I got fired.
Mm-hmm.
So March 2020.
Yep.
So 2 years.
Yeah.
It's almost been 2 years.
Yeah.
Y'all been following us.
Yeah.
Y'all.
But God
No,
is
almost 3. Yeah, almost 2.
God.
I'm gonna print on your tombstone. She was with a great man.
Wait a minute. That is not how that went. That's not how that's supposed to go.
That's not how this works.
Oh.
All right, y'all.
We love you.
We're gonna close out with prayer because we need y'all to know and understand that God is forever in the blessing business, and He cares for His children.
He hears.
He hears you. And I think for me, the best and most important thing for this whole process is we didn't push it.
Yeah.
We didn't go knocking on. We were faithful and we moved. When the doors closed, we're like, okay, that's not it.
Mm-hmm. We stepped back.
And then at the end of the day, even though in our doubt, we learned from this. The doubt may creep in, but don't let it overtake you. It's what you do with that doubt.
That's right.
When it creeps in. Somebody told us
it's what
that.
you do with your doubt that matters.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
Don't let it overtake you.
Yeah.
Let's bow our heads and close it out.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, we know this is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to share. We said it before. And this is just the tip of
Yes.
Lord, we know there's so many more things to come. We know there's so many more blessings to come to others because of this. Lord, let's not even forget about the souls that may be saved from this. At the end of the day, Lord, we said it's not about the house. It's about the process. It's about the end results. And the end results, Lord, is trusting you. Not because we're looking for something, but because we're trying to find something, find you, find that relationship that we have, that relationship we need to make better. Lord, this is just an icing on the cake of what you do for us.
Yeah.
And we love you for it. We're grateful. We bow down to you. We worship you.
Yes, God.
Your promises are true. You give us the victory.
Yes, yes.
You fight our enemies for us.
Yes.
And when we're tired, you say, you shouldn't have even been fighting. I got it. So, Lord, we thank you. Thank you so much for so many things. We can't.
Amen. All right, friends.
See y'all. We love you. Hey, see Spencer, that I'm telling you, brother. you got me through 2 weeks with that, brother. Day 10, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe.
All right. Talk to y'all
we about
later.
to go to the fireplace.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we tried to start doing the live,
right?
but oh well.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
All right. Oh, we still on? These donuts are